J-Drone here. What's going on, guys? First off, I'd like to thank Ben at Jumper Technologies. Dude, I appreciate you 300%. He was probably just about as upset as I was that we bricked this, and there was lots of how to fix it by uploading data, uploading the original firmware, reformatting it, and then flashing it again, and nothing worked. So this is last resort, guys. I'm gonna do this on screen, hopefully be able to do this on screen where my hands aren't too much involved in it. He said everything's plug and play, and I can see lots of plugs up here. I've never opened the jumper before, so this is gonna be a first time experience, so let's do it. As you can see, I got a multitude of screwdrivers. I got tons of screwdrivers up here. I don't know what I'm going to need, but first thing we're going to do, I would assume taking off this antenna would be the smart thing to do. And again, I'm going to try to keep this all on screen for you guys without getting in my way too much. There's 6 screws on the back. I don't know that we have to take off the DIY box. I would assume the shell's just going to pop out. So let's start getting at those screws. And by the looks of it, it's a little bit bigger screw. So what we're going to use is, I'm going to use this one. I'm going to use a little bit larger one, and then I'm going to use this one to fish it out. This is a magnetic screwdriver. This is not going to be the most exciting video, guys, but it's probably going to be very informative. We could probably not, we'll just leave that on. So this one might be magnetic too. It is. So good. We don't need to fish it out with that one. All my screws I'm going to designate to a certain area. That way I do not lose them. And I don't know where that's going to be right now. So I'm looking for something just sitting here that I'm going to be able to designate the screws to. Let's see. Give me a minute, guys. Give me 1 second. There's got to be something around here that I could sit these screws in. Maybe, I don't know. Right here, maybe this. We'll put the screws inside this little cap here. That way I don't lose them. We're gonna put them in there. So that's 1. 5 more to go. Bam's up. And again, we're putting them in the cap here. I would assume that they're all the same length. And we'll find out with these ones. Let's see. Yeah. They all, let's see, maybe I'm wrong. Nope, they all seem to be the same length thus far. So that's good. So we're gonna go across to the other one here. That one, I'm gonna put that in that cap. Then we're gonna go for these top ones, and again, I don't think I have to take that DIY box off because I think that's just to the shell here, and hopefully it comes off with it. If not, then we are going to have to take those off, and those are definitely different screws than these, so putting them in the same cap wouldn't be an issue. Again, guys, the way that I bricked this was trying to update the software on this with the new Bugs 3 test model, test file, which I did on the original T8SG, but it did not work on this one. So let's see how this is going to pop up. Pop that down. And trying to move up on this slowly and also show you guys. It seems that there's something still holding it up top. Maybe it's that DIY box. We'll go ahead and just get that out of the way. That's a smaller screw set, so we're going to use this screwdriver. I didn't think that that's what's holding it on. It could be, though. Absolutely could be. I don't know if they're set into that casing that they're not going to come out, which I think is the case. Nope, they're not. So I can get those out. I don't want to lose them, so I am going to pull each one of them out. Or not, we'll let them sit in there. Okay, so that's out. And we still have 2 screws in there, which is fine. Now let's try to give this a little tug-a-roo. Again, the bottom's coming free easily. The top, however, is not. I do not want to break anything. And I'm sure, yeah, I absolutely do have the screws out. So let's see what's going on here. There doesn't seem to be screws inside there. There are little pins in there. I'm pulling up pretty hard now, guys, and I'm trying to see what the deal is here and what is holding this together. Which I don't know. I can't see what's holding it together. Maybe it's just I really don't want to mess up my controller shell either. Just try to get in here and slightly pry up a little bit. Damn. Okay, that's all you had to do. You had to give it a little bit of force, guys. Okay, so we're going to try to leave everything intact. That way when I connect everything, which I'm just looking at stuff, it looks like it's going to be fairly easy. When I connect everything, all I got to do is sandwich this shell back on it. So that does look very intimidating. It absolutely does. I'm not going to lie about that. What I'm going to do, these gimbals are set where if I set them down, they're not going to push up. I'm just making sure that stuff is going to sit. Bamzo. That way I can set this down. The screen here, let's see, that's not the screen, that's the battery door. That can be set down right like that. Okay, so let's look at our board. We're going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and there's already a screw in this one. 10. We're going to have 10 screws to pull out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's going to be one up in here. 6. There's going to be one over here. 7. 8, 9, and 10. So I think the first thing that we need to do, we need to start unplugging stuff, and we need to get these pinwheels off of here. Which are simply going to come up just like that. I'm going to put this on left over here. It's for the left side. I doubt they're any different. I'm going to put this, get this out, the right side. Again, this is not going to be an exciting video, guys. J-Drone's not going to be cracking jokes the entire time. This, again, is just to try to fix this. So, what do I see here? There's not much connected down here. We can, let's see here. We can go ahead and disconnect this one. And we can disconnect this one. Really should have brought a tool out, which probably don't need it. Just need to get these wires situated, and hopefully these wires sit in such a position that I'm not going to have to refer back to this video to figure out what ones go where. Kind of like that, the way these are sitting. This one's kind of bowing straight down, this one kind of going over. That way I know which way it goes. So that's 2 over there. I'm going to have 2 on the opposite side. We are going to go 2 on the opposite side. We have 1, and we again are going to need a screwdriver just to get these wires out and accessible. That way I'm not tugging on wires from back and I mess anything up. 2. Okay, so those 2 are done. And I'm just looking at the board for reference. We're going to have to unplug this one. Then we're going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 up top to unplug. So why don't we go ahead and unplug this long one first. long one is unplugged. That's a simple one to remember. We're gonna put that up there. Looks like 2 in the back are gonna be difficult to get at. I'm just gonna put that right up there. I'm trying to think if I want to. I might have to. I might have to loosen this board up and just pull it up just a little bit. I'd rather not, but I might have to. I'm thinking I'm going to have to. So that's what we'll do right now. We're going to take these 2 screws out. I'm not going to put them in with the pile of other screws. I'm going to set them right there with the wheel. We're going to put this right there. And we're going to put that screw right there. So now this should ideally be able to be freed upwards. It should be stuck in there really good. I don't know if they have that actually threaded, the antenna part threaded on anything, or what's actually holding that, because something is still holding that. Let's see here, guys. Let's see what we got. No, it doesn't seem to be. So that's actually what it is. So this, it's not going to pop up. It's going to pull down. It's likely going to pull downwards because that's where your 2 ports are. These ports here, this port and this port, they kind of slip up through there. So we're going to set this to the side. We're going to set that by the screws. That's super simple to remember. Now, this is going to be the tricky part up top here. Trying to remember which one of these wires go where. So I'm just looking at them. And it's looking like the 2-prong wires, which that's simple to remember. There's 2 prongs. And was there nothing plugged into that? I'm assuming there was nothing plugged into that. I don't have a wire to go into that. So let's go. We're going to unplug that one. We're going to unplug that. We're going to, come on, unplug that one. So let's see. No differential. That should be fine. I should be able to get those back in the spots without any issues. I think. Let's see. This one was probably over here. That one was probably over there. Hopefully we get this right. I think so. I think that was right there. I'm trying to remember. That has to be. So that's what we're going to do. And I guess it wouldn't matter too much. Just those are just the toggles. If they were in different spots, then that's just going to switch up what the toggles are actually labeled as. We're going to put that there. And we are going to get this one up as well. All right, so now it's time to get all the screws out of the board. Disassembly, we're at like 13 minutes here. I did notice something here. I'm not sure what this is, and I'm not going to mess with it, but right there, I don't know if that'll focus for us. Focus. That looks like an SD card slot. It really does. I could be wrong, though. But all right, let's get these screws out. We're almost done, guys. Just pop these screws out. The only thing that I'm unsure about is the LCD screen. Pop that out. And we're not putting these screws with the other screws, the body screws. Just going to set them over here because ideally what I want to do is reassemble. Pull out, reassemble, and bam, should be done. Which I might have to step away from you guys for a minute after I do have this done, just test it on camera, because I don't want to make a split in this video. I'd just rather run it straight. Just to grab the other T8SG to grab a battery for this. Almost done, guys. And we're going to have one up here, which you guys aren't going to be able to see. I can barely see it, but magnetic screwdriver is king. up here, and I think 3 in the center yet. And that's sticking to the toggle. Obviously, there's something magnetic in the toggle. Got it. And then 3 up here, I think. And all those screws look like they're the same as well. I'm trying to just put this over here. I'm trying to keep those wires kind of sitting how they are. But again, I think if you mess up the top wires, the red and black, it's just going to affect what toggles what. Because to me, that seems like power, positive, negative, and accessory. And the 2-stage one I'm trying to look at. The 2-stage one I think is just 2-stage switch up top, maybe. I don't know. Again, guys, I'm not an electrician. Ideally, I was a jock in school, so all this is not something that I'd normally do, but I've gotten into the drone community pretty heavy. So now, time to lift this up. Thinking, come on. Do not want to have to do that. Thinking we got to disassemble these gimbals. Which I definitely did not want to do. I mean, that's going to pivot on there. So I guess it's going to be these 4 screws on these gimbals. We're going to do them. I guess we're going to do them both at a time. They should stay by the looks of it. It's not going to actually disassemble the gimbal, but it's just going to pop it up. And I'm trying to remember what went where. Let's see. That one goes there. That one goes there. This one, I believe, went over there. And the short one went there. So hopefully that's right. No, that one looks like it went there, and this one went there. All right, hopefully I could get it right, because I don't want to have to tear this apart again. All right, so this screw we were going to set here. This screw we were going to set here. My screws are sticking to my screwdriver. We're going to pop this one up here. Come on, get off the screwdriver. Technical difficulty, guys. All 3 of the screws are sticking on the screwdriver. All right, 1 more on this left side, and then 4 on the right side. Then we should be cooking. All right, so this gimbal should just lift up, ideally. It does. Okay, so we're just going to lift that up. We're going to put that right there. I'm going to set that right there on the left. This right one, we're going to do the same thing. Get the screw out of there. Take it off one by one, set it down there. I'm looking at these, just really hoping that I can remember which way those plug in. Otherwise, my controls are going to be messed up. But if that's the case, it'd actually be a fairly simple fix where I don't got to unscrew everything once it's all screwed back together. Just unplug and replug. But we're going to try to go for a successful run here where everything's going to get plugged in right the first time. So let's see. This whole thing should pop up, and then we just have to deal with the LCD screen. If that's going to be correct, maybe. There's that. Oh, dummy. Take out the gimbal. That's what you just unscrewed. Take out the gimbal. That's our right gimbal. And we're just going to pop this up and out. And there's a shell right there, which we are going to set. We're setting this off screen. And then, let's see, on the reverse side here, definitely need that screen. We definitely need that screen. It's alright. That's what this backside looks like. Which I'm not sure what all those clips are about. Those are, I guess what those are. Those clips are buttons, which I'm not sure how to get those out either. Alright, so this, I think I see how to get this out, which I'm not sure where it's plugged in. Let's see. That's going to be plugged in via right there. I think this is just going to pop out. This is going to be, bam, maybe. Possibly. Yep, that's exactly. I'm sorry, I'm not doing this on screen. I'm just squeezing the sides here, and now we've popped that out. And I want to keep this in the same orientation. That way I put it back on correctly. And we're going to pull this ribbon out. Pull this ribbon. I don't want to damage that. Let's see. See if I can get in here with my finger now. I really don't want to tug on that ribbon because I don't want it to pull. I don't have a flathead out here, of course. I got a bunch of Phillips screwdrivers. I'm sure there's a proper tool to use to do this, but and I did exactly what I said I did not want to do. That came right out of that clip there. Or no, wait, let's see. No, this just plugs into it because that is into there. Maybe it does. So actually, what should have happened here is this should have flipped upwards, just like that. So that should have flipped upwards, and this one we're just going to put in here. Hopefully I didn't damage that, but I guess we'll find out sooner than later. Again, this is not my forte. It is not, guys. We're going to have to slide this in here. I got big hands. My hands are slightly shaking. Almost, man. Breathe. All right, we're gonna have to get this out of there. I'm gonna have to rest my elbow down. Okay, that might be in there where I can clip that. That looks good. All right, that looks good. So we are going to put this right here. We are going to put one side in and then squeeze the other side, and it should go, I would think. All right, good. Should be good. Hopefully that's good. I think that was just tucked under there, maybe. I don't know. Now we need our toggles on here, and those are for the gimbals, I think. Now I've mildly. Sorry guys. Kind of crashed. Kind of put my elbow on the cord here. All right, screws right there are for the gimbals. These screws, which you can't see, over here are for the board itself. We're gonna get rid of, or we can't get rid of this. We need to get these off which seems going to be the same operation. So we're going to take this one off first, which I guess I'm just pushing down on these. It should come up. I'm sure there's a tool to do this. So this one is going to go over here. It's going to go right in there. In. Testing. Works. Alright, so the next ones I'm going to try to do fairly quickly. That one worked really quickly there. That one's going to go on there. Bam. Works. And both of them popped off. I pulled one off, both of them popped off. Now, are they the same? Let's see. They look like they're the same. There doesn't look to be a difference in them. So we're going to put this one here. And actually it looks like maybe a clip broke. Great. But I don't think that'll matter. Once everything's on it, I don't think it'll matter if a clip's broke. Clip's definitely broke on that one. It did seem loose, so maybe it was broke originally. Alright, so everything's in. This one's a little loose left to right, but so long as it just sets on everything, it should be good. So, let's see here. I think it's time to put this back on. I do believe so. Which is going to dictate turning, and that one's not on. It's flopping around too. There, that clicked into place. This one's not going to click in place because it's missing one. So what we're going to do is we are going to try to get this in there, and hopefully that one toggle will stay. So maybe, nice. What was that? Lost our buttons. Buttons. So maybe I'm not going to be able to do it that way. Turning it upside down, you will lose your buttons to navigate through the menu. So if you're going to turn it upside down, you don't want to turn it upside down. This is going to be the longest instructional video ever. I'd really like that to stay like that. So this is going to go in here. Yeah, that one toggle is going to be an issue. So let's see. Try to, I don't know the best way to try to do this, because that one toggle is definitely going to be an issue. And those wires are going to be an issue, and I kind of need those wires to sit the way they are. We're encountering difficulties, guys. So what I'm going to do, clearly we know that wire up there is the top one. It's a 2-stage wire. This wire is top one. We're going to put this on the inside as well. We're going to put this on the outside. We're going to say that's the outside wire. Inside, outside. See this one, outside. Which one's this? This one's going inside. And then we're going to say this one's the outside. Hopefully we got that right. And then I'm going to try to manage this on here sideways again, because one of the gimbals are busted. And that's what I was talking about as far as those go. Let's see. I lost 3 of them. What 3 is this? Let's see. That's the power button that came out. Bear with me, guys. This is probably going to be the hardest part, trying to get this back together, because the one clip busted on one of the switches. Off screen, I'm putting these back in. They're very simple to put it back in. It's back in, just like that. Yeah, because I'm not going to be able to put them back in once that screen's on there. No. It's definitely not going to be able to happen. And then we're going to put this right in here. And then we're going to try this again, guys. Those are back in. We're at a half an hour. Half an hour, we've already started assembly. And if we did not have this right here that was giving me a minor hiccup, we'd be moving along a lot smoother. I'm trying to think. Yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna do this. We're going to, I'm kind of off screen here, guys, so bear with me just because I'm trying to deal with that toggle. Try to set this down right like this, and then just get that in there, and it should sit. It's gonna sit. Get everything to sit nice. Okay, and one of our toggles came out, and that's the one that we are having difficulties with. Fell right in the hole. That's where it needs to be. What a pain in the butt, pain in the butt. But if it works, this is all going to be worth it. So let's see. I'm going to try to put the pin up top. Maybe that'll hold it better. And grab this and kind of sandwich it with everything standing upwards. And again, it's just that little kid's game where you got to put all the right shapes in the right spots. And why is that moving? This can only go on one way. Right? All right, I think we got it, guys. I think we got it. All our toggles look good. One toggle is not sitting nicely because of that switch, but it is in there. And that's your throttle toggle. It's just off by a little. I can see it. I don't know if you guys can see in there. It's not quite hitting that. I don't know. I don't know. I think in any juncture, it's just barely missing it. Barely miss it. I think I'm gonna leave it. I generally don't use the throttle toggle, so I think we're gonna leave it, and I think we are going to move on. We have our gimbals that we need to install again, which this one is a right one, and hopefully I set them exactly the way they were supposed to go, which we're gonna put them right there. And I have the wires. The wires look like they're gonna go right in the spots that they should go into. We're going to sink these in here. Again, it's just going to be reverse doing anything. So guys, if you're extremely bored, you can fast forward to the end to see if this worked, but I am doing a full instructional on how to do this for anybody else who may need to replace parts in this, and the only thing thus far that I see any type of caution with is the clips that hold the toggles together. You may want to proceed with caution with them and do it a little bit less aggressively than I did on the last two, and try to do it with some finesse. And why isn't that going in? It's not going in because it's not lined up. Let's see. One gimbal is not lined up. And maybe that's because I have that too tight, which might be the case. Now let's see if it'll move. No, doesn't seem to be matching up. This is definitely the way that it goes in. There. That looks like everything matches up. Tighten that. One at a time, stupid screw. I'm gonna tighten that. Grab one, and of course we're gonna grab two. Trying to separate these so I'm only grabbing one at a time. Put that in there. Put this in here. Nope, that one's gonna have to be straight on. So let's do that like that. And go ahead and sink that in there. So guys, if I could do this and this works after I do it, minus that one throttle toggle, anybody can do this, I promise you. There was no instructions to this. I popped it open. You guys seen me pop it open on camera. Had slight difficulties with that ribbon, which hopefully I did not mess up on the display. Where we at here? We need to put the other toggle in. Put the other toggle in. These toggles kind of hold down a piece of the board, so the toggle definitely has to come out. We're going to sink that one in there. And we are at 35 minutes. So the most of it was teardown. Most of it was teardown. I believe we're at a half-an-hour mark, and we were already starting to put this together. 5 minutes later, I have the gimbals just about assembled and screwed back on. The next step is going to be screwing the board on. And then we have our one piece up there as well, which I have 2 screws to. So it's going to be screwing the board on, and then we'll put that one up there that has the antenna to it on. I'm dying. It says it's like 70 degrees on my porch, and I have a hoodie on. All right, so that's on. So next step is screwing this all back down. We're going to try to split up screws here so they're all single. That way I can grab them and we can do this quickly. There we go. Let's go. So first one, we're going to go up here. It's tight. I'm going to go down here. I'm going to try to do this like you would with the tire. That way I'm not over tightening one area, and I'm kind of distributing, I don't know, pressure evenly, I guess you'd say. That way I don't crack the board if I decide to tighten the top up here first, and then go to tighten the bottom, and then it cracks, and then we're screwed. So we're gonna grab here, and I'm gonna go across here. I mean, even before I put the cover back on, we could probably test this once everything's there, because the port for the battery's right there. What do we got? 3 more screws. Got 3 more holes. Something popped into place. Hopefully we didn't crack anything. They don't look it. Something looks like it just popped into place. We do have 3 more holes. One is up where, or no, this that's probably what it was. Remember, this one had a screw in the board already, which is up here, which we're going to tighten that. So we're going to have 1 extra screw. So that's in there. We got 3 screws left. We're going to have 1 extra. And again, there's a spot on this gimbal that is magnetic. That definitely can't stay there. No. Of course, technical difficulties, guys. Jeez. Let's see. I don't know if I have a non-magnetic. That kind of went underneath that. I don't know that I'm going to be able to get out without taking off the gimbal again. So be aware. At least the left side has a magnet on it, and your screws might stick to it. Doing so good, guys. Should took note of that when I was taking it off, because it did stick there. So there's a screw right there. I don't know if you can see it. You can definitely see it. I'm gonna get that off, and I think I'm going to sink it in the board prior to putting this on, because dude, that is tough. Like it don't want to come out of there. That's a nice magnet. Come on. There's a little groove right there, keeping it from coming out. Sorry, guys. There. Oh, that magnet is tough, dude. There, got it. All right, so that screw, actually, we're going to pick that screw back up and pick this screw back up. We're going to sink it into the board. It is right here. That way we don't got to worry about that magnet. Might as well sink the last screw in here and then put that last gimbal on. All right. Let's put this back in. Make sure those holes match up. And that's probably going to go there. That was probably, no, that's probably going to go there. And that was probably wound. Fun. Now I'm gonna get to plug everything in, and the gimbals, I'm unsure of the wires, so hopefully we're gonna be able to do this right. Otherwise, I'm gonna have a really unique type flying style. Which again, it should be fairly simple just to pop this back open, although maybe I should test it, like I said, prior to putting the shell back on. That way if I do have to move a wire, I can do so. And again, that one toggle is not going to work. But if the controller works and that one toggle doesn't work because I busted a clip, I think I'm going to be fine with that. I don't think I'm going to be devastated over that. All right. Let's get this top board on. This top board, let's see. What do we got going on here? I'm going to put this up here. Put this on here. Sorry. Keep on forgetting to keep this on camera for you guys. So, let's see that. Actually, it has to sync up and inwards because there's the port and come on, which that's in the port. Maybe I bent a little. Hopefully not. So we're gonna try to. That button's in, but the port's not in. Let's see. Did I bend the port? No, it looks straight. We're going to try to get that in. Let's get these wires out of the way. Try to... All right, port's there. That's there. We're good to go. We're good to screw this in, I do believe. Does look a little bit off center, but it's in there and I'm happy with it and I can deal with it. So we're gonna put this screw in here. We were cooking on 43 minutes. And we are getting the last screws in this on. Then the only screws that we will have to have is for the DIY box and then the shell, but I'm gonna want to test this before I put any of that on because it should be simple to test. All right, plug and play time. We're going to plug this in last. We're going to plug, I think we're gonna go here and all right, let's see here. I'm gonna plug this one in here. That seems about right. Where are we at here? Sorry. And J-Drone's fingers are big. And these plugs are small. Come on. Make sure that's going. It is going in the right way. So this might actually be the hardest part for me, getting these plugs back in. There. That's in. Gonna get this in, and again, make sure that the holes are where they should be, which it is. Come on. Again, I'm off screen again. I apologize. What a pain in the butt. I would hate to do this for a living, putting these plugs in. I don't think it's in there right. Maybe. Bam. Alright, so that's good. All three of the top wires are for in the center of the board. Now this one... Let's see. This one seems like it would go right there. And this one... I don't know, man. I'm thinking this one goes there, and this one goes there. So, if I'm wrong, I'll just have to fix it. Come on, buddy. I'm going to bend this out this way. That way maybe it'll sit, and I don't got to fight with the wire. And that seems to have worked, providing that it goes in. Can't get it. Can't get it. Almost had it. All right, we're in. This one should be easier, I would think. Probably not. Of course not. Let's see. I think this wire was up against there, so we could get this one in. Bam. That one's in. Almost done, guys. Almost done. I'm going to put this up here to get it out of the way. We're going to... I forget what we said was what. Which, again, I don't think it quite matters. I really don't. Because the controller will tell you. And that got spun around somehow. Well, this one goes up top for sure. We know that. Which maybe I should have waited to put that on. But no, I got that in. Good. This one goes up top again for sure. And again, I would suggest maybe putting this on later after you get these top ones plugged in, because it is a tight fit. We're going to go ahead and plug this in there. Maybe. Pins are up top. That's up top. Need to readjust this so it sits in there. Done. Now we got these ones to figure out where they went. Which, again, I don't think it quite matters. They're toggles. So, let's get the holes matched up and get them plugged in. Plugged in. That is right. Sure why it's giving me a hard time going in. There. 2 more to go, guys, and then this long one. more, guys. I'm gonna need to grab a battery. In. Plug this in. We are plugged in. Should be good to go. I'm gonna go grab a battery really quickly. We will be right back. Hopefully I didn't screw up that screen with that ribbon, and then we can put the back on that quickly. Alright guys, we got my T8SG, the silver one here. I'm gonna pop the battery out of it. Pop the battery's out of it. We're just gonna set this over here. I do have two separate batteries for these, but let's go ahead and plug this in. Okay, let's go ahead and power this on. Haha, look what we got there. Look what we got there, guys. X68. I don't know what X68 is. Model menu, model setup. Model name X68. What's this, preloaded? Let's click load. It is loaded with a couple things. I don't know what the X68 is. So I guess they were probably testing it before they threw it out. I don't know. We can probably test it too. I don't even need to test it. I can see it works. It definitely works. We'll do a follow-up video just to make sure it works. But there you go, guys. It definitely works. We are going to hit exit. We're going to go down here. I want to see if I do have a slight scratch on my screen, but it's clear enough that I'm able to see through it. I want to go into here and no, exit. I just want to check DSM2 Walker, Devo, none. Joysway, Scoretech, Corona. I don't know what that Corona one is. I think the first time I seen that is when I updated the other controller. 610 Hunter. Bang. Alright, we are good to go, guys. We are good to go. Alright, so we're going to exit out of here, exit out of here, exit out of here. And I'm going to turn this off. And again, out of all this, no, it's set. So both these, all it needed to be was tightened down. So everything works. We're going to unplug this. Unplug a Ruski. This is our extra screw over here. We need to put these on, which is pretty simple. It's a moon crescent. And all we're going to have to do is match the shape up. That's all this was matching shapes, man. Matching shapes. And we will go ahead and, I hope I have that on right. I would think I have that on right. Push that down there. It's just putting the shell on. Putting the shell on, which might offer just a little bit of difficulties because these prongs come up through the DIY box. And where did I put the shell? Right here. We could rock it like this. So yeah, those holes that you can see through, those prongs are gonna have to come up through, which could be a pain in the butt. So if all this is not done on screen, you'll have to forgive me. No, does not seem that is going to be a pain in the butt. I don't know if this is gonna, if these are, no, I don't know. Let's see. Okay, so these right here, they're going to have to be convertibilized like they are, and then they're gonna have to snap in. Okay, so I think we are good. And then maybe that's what was holding it on originally. We're gonna push these in. That is what was holding it on originally. And then up here, come on. Don't break it, nothing else. Actually, we didn't break anything besides one clip, but it's still functioning properly. We need to squeeze and press. Bamzo! Jumper back in action. We're gonna close our battery door. Pins are in there. We'll get our DIY box on. We still have 2 screws in it, which hopefully that doesn't complicate anything. It could, but I doubt it will. And we don't want to cross thread them. We want them in straight. Which it's not going in straight because it probably has not hit the hole. That one has. Maybe this will line up now. Did line up. Almost done. Home stretch, guys. And then maybe I'll run in again. Longest video ever. We're almost on an hour. We might as well push the solid hour. Maybe I'll run in and grab a 010 or something and just bind it to assure this is going to work. But dude, it works. I can see that it works. And we are not going to try to update anything off of this controller anymore. The only reason I tried this is not because I like the other one better. It's just because I have way more protocols saved in the other one that I didn't want to lose, and some of them aren't known to deviation. Some of them are ones that I figured out just by trial and error, and some of them aren't cut and dry where it's like, yeah, it's bound and you're good to go. No, it's bound and you got like 1 or 2 other steps that you have to do to actually get the drone to fly properly, like binding it to something and then having to go back in and binding it to a sub protocol. All right, so DIY box is on. We got I think 6 screws. We said we got 6 screws to sync and we are good to go. So that is going to be 1, 2, and again I'm countersinking them just to evenly distribute pressure as it's going down. It's going to be 3, which maybe we will come over this side now. Four. 5. 6. So guys, there it is. We're gonna turn on. We can't turn it on without a battery. I'm thinking, no, we screwed it up already. So we're gonna put the battery in there and just go ahead and plug it in. Let's see here. Bam's up. Now we will turn it on. Bam. Good to go. And that is our throttle up. And hopefully these values are correct. So what I'll do is here, you guys can watch that for a second. I'll go grab 010 or something to bind to that quickly. Bam! How about a tiny whoop? We'll bind a tiny whoop to it. I think I have enough power on this to do so. I was flying it though, so hopefully it's not zonked on power. Otherwise this is going to be an even longer video. Alright. Blinking. You can't even see it. Blinking. You can kind of see it. It's pretty bright out here. What happened here? Alright, so I guess after a while that sits, maybe it'll turn off, I don't know. My screen kind of went when I went inside. So what we're going to do here to bind that is we are just going to hit enter, model menu, model setup, load. I'm going to get out of the fly wing, I don't know what that is. We're going to go down here. Nope. Delete, and then we will just 0, 11. Yeah, we'll just do 0, 11 because it's the same protocol. Done. We want that on multi. That's fine. Yeah, that's fine. I think this is Bayang Toys. Might be. I don't remember off the top of my head. So we're gonna click that. It's flashing quickly. And I don't even have the antenna on. I don't have the antenna on, guys, and as you can see, this works. Bamzo. So we're good to go. We're gonna put the antenna on, and this was a complete success. If you've bricked your whatchamacallit, your jumper, this might be the way to go. All right, guys, later.